Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. So today I'm going to show you a very typical meal here during the very first day of the Lunar New Year in Vietnam. And through this video, I'm going to talk about another superstition that the Vietnamese people believe in. So whatever your feeling is or whatever you do during the very first day of the new year, the Lunar New Year, that will reflect or carry for the rest of the year. For example, if your feeling is happy, and then you will be feeling happy for the rest of the year. Or if you do a lot of cooking during the very first day of the Lunar New Year, and then you'll be slaying in the kitchen cooking for the rest of the year. So because the people do not want to cook, like be slaying in the kitchen cooking for the rest of the year. So normally the very first day of the Lunar New Year, either there's no cooking involved or very minimal cooking involved. So you see all the dishes and the items that I display on here. I only cook one item only, and I will show you which item that is in a little bit. So let's talk about the food. You see right now is the very first plate right there. That's just an appetizer plate. So that will have the Chinese onion and the pickled Chinese onion, and then the dry shrimp. The salty dry shrimp and the pickled onion, they go very well together. And next to the dry shrimp is the Vietnamese ham. And next to that is the century eggs, or some people call 1,000-year-old eggs, or blackened egg, due to the blackened color of the eggs. Okay, so for this dish right here, or the appetizer items over here. So if someone come to your house, visit your house during the Lunar New Year, if they come at 10 a.m. or just say, 3 or 4 p.m., not during the meal time, like lunch or dinner, you could, serve this snack to them, along with beers, wine, or soda, whatever they drink, instead of serving the whole meal. Okay, and let's talk about the century eggs a little bit. So the name is century egg, like 1,000 or 1,000-year-old egg, does not mean that they, that's a 1,000-year-old egg, literally. So they preserve the eggs, either in the ash or clay or rice husk. And you will see it right here. That's what it look like if they preserve the eggs in the rice husk. And if the clay or ash, it will be really blackened. You get rid of the shell outside, and and break it, and the egg look inside like that. It blackened, and it's very healthy actually. They have a great source of iron. So if you're anemic, you could eat this. It's a very good source of iron. Few have not tried yet. He just heard the name, like 1,000-year-old egg, and he got freaked out. But it's the taste of that century egg is it's almost like a blue cheese. It's not that bad. So try it. It's not that bad. All right. And the eggs they preserve could be either a duck egg or the chicken egg, and they preserve from several weeks to several months. Okay, so not 1,000 years or 100 years. All right, the next item, that is the sticky rice cake. They have the square shape and the round shape, and I bought a pairs of them. I'm going to show you. So I have 2 of them at the display food from my last video. So I took one of each down, and I'm just slide them and I show to you here. And they serve with the pickle vegetable also, that Chinese onion. This a little bit more salty. Salty pickle, Chinese onion, carrot, daikon, and red chili pepper. And you see the inside, they have the pork, You see the white stuff, that's the fat from the pork, and the yellow stuff is the beans, mung beans. Okay, and they have a nice history about of this sticky rice. In the next video I'm going to talk about it. If you're interested, please subscribe and watch that video. So the next plate right here is just garnishing. They had that cucumber, green mustard, and kimchi, which is the red one, and it's served with the it go with the beef, I mean the pork stew with egg and tofu, and you eat them with rice. Okay, so those three things item. Phil love that dish, and that's also my favorite dish to cook for Phil. And here's another plate. They had the shrimp, the boiled egg, and the only item that I cooked, it was I boiling the pork. And I slide them, and you could eat them with the vermicelli noodle right there, with fresh vegetable like lettuce, basil, and cucumbers, and then you wrap them, either in the rice paper, or you could and you dip in the nước chấm right here, which is the fish sauce. Okay. So those are very, very so all of this right here. Another superstition is that they they want to have abundance of food, or plenty of food when the guests come. Make sure they have full stomach, not empty stomach. So that's another superstition, because if you have abundance of food or plenty of food, and the rest of the year you have abundance of food or plenty of food at your house. Okay, and here is the candy tray. So another tradition is that for during the Lunar New Year, that every family, they must have a candy tray, and they usually have different kind of candies in this tray. The typical one is either the sunflower seed or the watermelon seed, and the pumpkin candy, or sweet potato candies, or ginger candies. For me, I'm a little bit of germophobia, borderline of germophobia. So I don't like the candies that people that could stick their hand in there or not individually wrapped. So I bought this individually wrapped candies. It's more hygiene purpose. So I had like some kind of soft fruit candy, or you could buy whatever candies you like, but make sure you have a varieties of candies so people could have an option, right? So I had the coffee candy and things like that. So here is the typical Vietnamese candy. They had the peanut candy. It's a hard peanut candies. If you love this one. And they also had the black sesame hard candy, and also the regular sesame candies. So that's a black sesame with peanuts in there, and Phil loved those. I bought those just for Phil. And here is another one, a black sesame peanut candy, and that is the regular sesame peanuts candy. Okay, and the next one is also a very popular candy in Vietnam. That one is the tamarind candy, so a little bit sweet and sour. And that second one right there is the mango, which is the custard apple. Remember I talked about this fruit from the last video. I'm going back to show you that apple custard. It meanings is satisfy, or sounds similar to satisfy. So they make into the candy also very, very good. Alright, so once again, if the people just come in, during the non-meal time, like, not at lunchtime or not at the dinner time, and then they don't want to eat anything heavy, whatever, you just serve you just that candy tray, or after the heavy meal, that could be served as a dessert too. Okay, so that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you at the very next video. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.